Hello, Sparrows. Welcome to the room. I am Valerie Miller of TVM, the Valerie Miller Double Fold. This very moment, you have opportunity to change, and it's Matters of the Heart Monday. We have a juicy conversation scheduled for you tonight. So come on in, perch, get comfortable, do what you do as we do every week. Every conversation is indeed a juicy conversation, and we're bringing in Reshon Ellis out of Atlanta, Georgia. So come on in. We're going to merge some music conversation along with some literature conversation, because of course every week Matters of the Heart comes from the basis of how I became fabulous and a lady all the time, who I am now because of situations that I've been through in my life. We all go through things, ups and downs. However, I put mine in pages. So we're going to talk about how life is when it comes to literature, how life is when it comes to music, and Reshon and I are going to give you something you've never heard before. We're going to talk about something hopefully you can resonate with and take away from this conversation tonight. So come on in, get comfortable. Welcome to the room, Reshon Ellis. Hi, lady. How are you?
Fine. How are you? Thank you for having me today.
Good. I'm proud to have you in. It's been a long time coming.
Yes,
and today's the day.
Yes, it is. Finally.
Today's the day, and I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited.
We had a lot of things going on. You're interviewing, I'm interviewing, trying to get things set up. So we're just working, trying to get everything to come together.
It's a beautiful thing. We're both in podcast, broadcast world.
Yes.
And even though in different spaces, tons of similarities.
Definitely.
Along those lines. And you have an entertainment company,
yes,
right? An LLC.
Yes. And that company is Reshon Ellis Music Entertainment. I created that company to house Urban Beats Radio 2.
Mm-hmm.
Together. I created that because I wanted to do a lot of different things in music production. I also want to write music and sing as well. And I also want to have the radio side of it as well, so I can play my own music and I can also play others' music as well. So I wanted to put everything together, all of my passions up under one umbrella. That's the goal.
That is the key, right?
Yes.
There. That is the key.
Yes.
Marrying all of your loves, all of those likes, all the things that wake you up in the morning.
Right. For me, it's just like I can't have one without the other. If I'm being pulled into radio, I love the production of everything, and I love music, I love singing, I love writing, so I got to have them both together. I can't have one without the other.
That is 100% correct.
Yeah.
And I feel you on that wholeheartedly, because I'm the same way. It's no way I can do one part without the other, because I need that in order to do this.
Yes.
And it's more than just the two of us in the world that does that. It's all that comes from the creative mind. When you are creative, it's necessary. Being entrepreneur is necessary. And it's not that we're doing 1,000,001 things and completing none. No, we're doing all of the things that make the one thing work. Us.
Right. I agree with you.
What we love.
Yeah. But I will also add as well, Urban Beats Radio 2, Reshon Ellis Music Entertainment. I'm in the process right now of also bringing in other people that want to broadcast and podcast. So it's not just a me thing only. I want to bring other people in on this as well. And that just makes it even better to show off other talent. Besides my own talent, I want to show off other people's talent, what they bring to the table as well. And that just makes it even more fun.
Broadening the community.
Yes. That's right.
And making it possible to do the thing that you absolutely love, because most feel like it's impossible to do, when in actuality it is not.
Right. Absolutely.
It's a choice.
Right.
Hard work, dedication, focus.
Yep.
A lot of the key words that a lot of people don't want to commit to and just go with the flow of most things. However, when you are truly committed to fulfilling whatever your desires and your reasoning for life is, it takes all of those things and a heck of a lot more and to bring it off. however worth it.
Oh,
It's
yeah. Yeah, most definitely.
it is.
Yes.
So, like you were saying, bringing in additional people that can also benefit from the platform that you're creating,
Yes.
because it's not a lot of podcasters out there that's doing the leverage of things that you are doing.
Right. Right. They're only just focusing on their show. What I want to do is, because I've been in the industry now for 11 years, I want to try to create opportunity. I think we all kind of know like how the big markets kind of go. I
Yeah.
guess either you know someone or they're looking for a certain thing and you don't get in. And just in my experience, I found that a lot of people want to do this, but there's not enough room. So now it's like, okay, it's a lot of people that want to do this. So somebody has to create that space. Somebody has to open that door. So it's not just one or two people that we see for 30 years that are in the industry.
Exactly.
They're never leaving until whenever. So we got to create our own space. Somebody has to open that door and that path where everyone else can come in as well. And that's what Urban Beats Radio 2, that's what Reshon Ellis Music Entertainment is all about. We're creating room. That's all we're doing is creating room.
Love it. Take your lawnmower and create your own path. That's what it's basically about, because there is a fear factor there, and feel like there are certain individuals who have just taken over the industry in that space. Not true. It's not true. I mean, because you have to look at it for what it is. How serious is it about yourself that you want to do actually? And on top of that, what are you willing to do to bring it to life? Because it's no different than having a million and one different options of bread on the bread aisle at the supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
It's different brands of bread.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
However, it's a plethora.
Yeah.
I mean, a complete aisle of just breads. And you have the option of choosing the one that you want.
Which
and
one?
The same applies to what we do every single day. Even though the market is saturated, it's always enough room for one more. It's always enough room for
That's
you
right.
to fit in. Just do it this way.
Yes.
Are you going to be the same, or how are you going to present yourself differently?
Exactly. You want to be different, of course.
It's the difference in it.
Get yourself apart from everybody else.
Yeah.
Yes.
And creating that niche, because a lot of people say, oh, you have to choose a niche. I've never been one to believe that.
Right. That is true.
I don't want to believe that, because it could take very well, like we were saying at the top of the show, it takes a little bit of this and a little bit of that to make this. So if you eliminate these things and just focus on that one part, you're going to feel like something's missing. Therefore, it makes it easy to say, you know what, I can't do this. And
Right.
can't is that word that is defeating. So if you can say, I can do all things, I may have to do this, I may have to do some of that, and I may have to even go over here. However, be excited about it and do it in order to achieve that thing. Believe it or not, there are more people looking than we may want to admit that are.
Exactly. Right. That's what Tyler Perry said as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people are watching. They may not say anything, but they're observing. They're taking it all in. So yes.
Mm-hmm. And I'm so proud to be an African American woman, just like you.
Likewise. Most definitely.
I'm not afraid to go out here and try, even if I fall. I'll never say I failed at anything. I may fall, but I fall back up, and I get back up with more knowledge, more experience, more wisdom, tinkering it just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to keep going, because the gift that God gave me here, and I can feel that here.
Yes.
What's happening. I believe it that much. That makes me determined. That makes me say, you know what? Move out the way. Sean, move.
That's right.
Get out of the way, girl.
That's
I have
right.
things to do because I see it.
Yes.
I can imagine myself doing it. I know I'm doing it. And it may take a little bit of skill and technique to strategize to get there.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I'm getting there.
Absolutely. You have that vision. You have that vision. I think when you're driven, you have that vision. Like for me, this started when I was 5 and 11. At 5, I knew I wanted to sing. At 11, I want to work in radio. What do I have to do? What do I have to learn? And so for me, it's never like left me. So even though I've worked, you know, for different companies and different things like that, my passion, my dream has never left me. So for me, I've had a chance to work professionally, you know, for years in different companies or whatever.
Right.
But now this is like the main thing that is like the focus. Like, okay, I've done everything else. If you've done all of that, you've dedicated yourself to other companies. You've learned what they wanted you to learn. Now is the time to dedicate yourself to your vision, your passion.
Right.
I never want to leave my gift. I never want to take my gift to the grave, to the cemetery.
Right.
I want to leave it here in the earth. So now my push is to get this thing out, get this thing going. That's why I'm pushing so hard now. It has to happen. It's going to happen. And the thing that I'm finding that's so interesting, like the more that I do, the more work I put into it, the more people that are starting to become drawn to me. They have the same passion.
Yeah.
They're after the same thing that I'm after. I'm like, okay, God is really lining this thing up. So it's, like I said, every move I make, I see the moves that God is making as well to make all this possible.
Right.
This makes me just keep going even more harder. Just keep on pushing. Don't stop.
Right. Because it's like he's trickling breadcrumbs.
Right.
And we do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That. Like, seriously, you want me to do that too? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, all right. And so do that too. But
exactly.
When you get there, then it's like, oh my gosh, if I had not done that, oh my goodness, then I wouldn't be here. Oh, wow, I wouldn't have met this person.
Right.
So it's necessary to be obedient in it.
Yes.
Especially when you know it's something that you were born to do. That's why, you know, my branding is I introduce you to yourself.
Yes.
Everything that you do in obedience is an introduction to yourself.
That is true.
We have a journey in life. We have the walk that we all have. We were born with a purpose. It's our decision to choose the purpose that we were born to do or opt to do something different.
Yeah.
With working every job, every career path I've ever been on, it's prepared me for where I am right now.
And I've been saying, I said the same thing. Everything that I've done has led me up into this moment. Every skill, everything that I know, I'm taking everything that I got, I'm putting it into Urban Beats. I'm putting it into Reshon Ellis Music Entertainment. So those things have prepared me for this moment, this time to push this baby out. We're birthing it. We're making it happen.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's so necessary. You were talking about visions. That's the name of my umbrella company. My company overall is Visions.
That's right.
V. And so you see this V back here. It's so much more than Valerie. It's visions. It's victory. It's, you know, vivacious. It's everything V and positive that's going to give me what I need to keep going every day. And having the things around me at all times that's going to keep me focused and supportive to myself, because not everybody's going to cheer you on all the time. So you have to be your inner cheerleader.
Amen.
Yeah.
I am my biggest cheerleader. I go hard for me. Always have, always will.
Love me.
That's right.
That's a gift, you know. Yes. And grateful that God loved me so much that he gave me such an opportunity. Like you were saying, like you knew that you were going to sing. You knew that you were going to be doing what you were doing.
Yes.
I always wanted to be in journalism. I've always written in my journals. I always write my feelings, my thoughts, so things that hurt me, things that I'm excited about. I've always written that. I've always sought the good in people. And to be a journalist, I've always wanted to be a good news journalist. I wanted to go around the city and report good news. Little did I know, I'm doing it.
Right.
This is journalism.
That's exactly what it is. You're making it happen.
It's good news.
It's good news. It's positive. Yes.
I choose what I want to talk about.
Your brand is what you want it to be.
My brand.
That's right.
My brand, you are your brand. And nobody can display you better than you can display yourself.
Right.
Nobody.
Yourself and represent your own brand. It's your baby. It's what you want it to be.
Yeah. Amazing. Absolutely love it. Is it easy? No.
Oh, it's not. It's a lot of work. But you know what? The thing about it, it doesn't feel like work.
It is.
I have like a list this long of everything that I got to do, but it's like I don't care. I just check off once I get one thing done and keep on going to the next. It doesn't feel like work. So I know this is my passion. I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It doesn't feel like work. I love it.
Right. Right. And I don't care how long it takes. I wrote one of my gratitude posts maybe earlier this week about waiting and patience. And it was something else. I had 3 points there. But it's important to be patient.
Yes.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Nope. It takes time.
Waiting is painful, especially when you have your vision.
Yeah.
You know it's coming. We just don't know when.
Right.
How, but we're dedicated to it.
But you know what I'll say in my waiting, because I did wait for other companies to call back to, say, okay, we're going to give you that opportunity.
Right.
With this, it's all about creativity. It's about creation. So for me, I'm like, why should I have to wait for them to tell me that I'm good enough to start? I'm ready.
Now.
So let me go ahead and create my own brand and make this thing happen, because I shouldn't have to wait. And my gift isn't, being used. It's not getting out there because I've waited. I mean, I've waited, I've trained, I've done my time. When? So my thing is, if someone else isn't going to give me the opportunity, I'm going to make the opportunity and I'm going to take the opportunity. It's going to happen. Absolutely. A lot of times you can't wait for someone else to give you the okay. You have to create your own path to make it happen.
I agree.
That's how we got here.
That's exactly how we got here.
Exactly. I mean, perfect example right now I would say is definitely Tyler Perry.
Honey.
There is no other way
that guy.
Like that. I mean, he made his own way. He knew that he deserved to be where he's at. He created his own path. He's there. He showed them, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. And he didn't have to wait on Hollywood to give him the invitation to say, you're good enough.
Exactly.
He believed in himself. He believed in God. He knew he was good enough.
It was a gift God gave him that only he could see.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Only he could see it. Nobody else believed in it. They would shun him. All the powers that be would tell him no, close the door in his face. Yes. That only gave him more drive, more ammunition to do what he needed to do. It touched his armor.
Exactly.
So I applaud him 100%. It doesn't matter that he had to become Medea to get it. It just means that he did what he had to do.
Exactly.
In a character he totally don't care for.
Exactly. Right.
Stand today, and we all have to sometimes put on armor or put on some type of outfit.
Yes.
That is going to, you may feel in the moments that it's displaying differently. However, it's paving the way for you to get where you're going. Even though it feels uncomfortable, it looks uncomfortable. You may be a little reluctant. Like I said to God, like, who is getting ready?
Right.
To do some podcasts. Who? I don't have time for that.
Right.
I don't want to do that. That's not what my alignment is.
Right.
I thought, but I only had 72 hours. When he told me on Sunday, he said Wednesday, September 5th at 7 o'clock, you're going to go live on Facebook. You're going to title it Wisdom Wednesday. And these are the types of individuals that you're going to be bringing on. You're going to start by yourself with the knowledge and the wisdom that you have, because you have a lot of it. You are to share that with the Sparrows.
Yes.
You see? And I'm like, oh, no, sir.
Right.
Not today, no day. I'm not getting ready to do that on some Wisdom Wednesday at some 7 o'clock.
Right.
However, 72 hours later, I was on at 7 o'clock, and I did exactly what he told me to do.
You're obedient.
It's
going to keep bothering you until you do what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
It'll keep coming at you until you do it.
So grateful.
He won't let you rest. God won't let you rest until you get that thing out. We're the vessel he uses us. We have to get that.
The chosen.
Yes, exactly. 100%.
The chosen. Everybody will mock you.
Yes.
Make attempts to do what you do.
Right.
But when you are chosen for it, they can't touch it.
Absolutely.
They can be a reflection. They can be a shadow. The graciousness is obedience. Like we're saying, it's all about that obedience. Because doing that, I can't be more grateful that I chose to be obedient.
Right.
And didn't practice my free will to say, oh, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't see the point in that. I don't see what you're even talking about with that. That's not my thought. But even with a year and some change later, what I started out doing in my business shift.
Wow.
I'm not even doing the things that I thought I was going to do.
Right.
It merged.
Right.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, God, thank you for that. That is fabulous. That is juicy. Right. 3 months after that, December 3rd. Oh yeah, Monday night. You're gonna 7 o'clock. You're gonna have matters of the heart, and you're gonna use your book. You're gonna talk more about the book because I hadn't been promoting it.
Right.
You're gonna talk more about the book, different things in the book, how you become fabulous. Right.
Yes.
I was like, what? I already got Wisdom Wednesday. Now you want to throw in a Monday?
He's growing you, taking you to the next level. He's bringing everything full circle. That's what that's all about.
That's exactly what it is. Because the people that I wouldn't have been talking to, which would have been the musical side, wouldn't have been under that Wisdom Wednesday.
Right.
It's spotlighting who I am, how I wrote the book.
Right.
And the whole point about it. Things that I had been quiet about for so many years. Now I have to talk about live on air.
Right. Right.
That's where the book came from. I'm utilizing that book. That's what this stage became.
Yes. It's like you started somewhere. You have to start somewhere, and then from that, other things begin to grow from it.
Right.
The further you go, the more you get into it. So,
right.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Yeah, most definitely.
Grateful. So it's a lot of pieces that are unveiling, and it's so many that I'm not even at liberty to share. But you and I, it's tons of similarities. It's
definitely.
And even though we're doing things a bit differently,
yes,
it's the same.
It is. It's definitely the same.
Yeah.
It's different, but it's still the same walk. We're just walking a little bit differently, but it's still the same walk.
Yeah.
In passion, it doesn't just involve us, it involves other people as well.
Exactly.
And that's the part that I think that's so great about it, because a lot of people enter this business, it's all about them. For me, I want to, shine my light, but I also want to shine the light on other people as well. I think it's open for everybody.
Right.
It's not just all about one person. It's about all of us.
Right.
I never want to be selfish to take, well, this is mine and this is what I want to do, but what about everybody else? You're not the only one that has this dream or this passion.
Right.
Open for everybody else to get a chance to get in on that thing as well.
Because it's enough to go around.
It is. It is. Some people don't think that, but it is.
More than enough.
More than enough. I agree.
It goes to show, it spotlights, Sean, who was called to do it and who chose to do it.
Right. Right.
That's the difference.
Oh, yeah. I definitely agree.
So, you sing, you're podcasting.
Yes.
The LLC.
Yes.
With production, you're bringing people on board.
Yes.
At one time, I would ask, where do you see yourself in a 3-year or a year's time? But now I don't, because we grow so much overnight.
That is true. Every day is different.
Every day is different.
Yeah, you never know. So in 3 years, where do I see myself? 3 years, I would definitely say Reshon Ellis Music Entertainment would have definitely grown much more by then. We're actually working on location as we speak to be able to, house the people that will have shows up under my umbrella. So we're focused on that and just pretty much doing what we're doing right now. We're putting out our shows, also highlighting different artists as well, getting a chance, that's the thing. Different people that want to have their shows, different artists that want to be highlighting myself and my dream, my talent, and what I want to do. That's the push for the next 3 years of Urban Beats Radio to Reshon Ellis Music Entertainment.
Love it.
It's just bringing everything to the forefront.
Right.
And just making everything happen, making people's dreams come to life.
Right. It's all about the promise.
Yes, definitely.
It's the promise, the dreams. that gift that God put in your heart
Mm-hmm.
to do,
Yes.
and doing what's necessary to nurture it, to bring it
Right.
to life, that full fruition unfold.
Yes.
That is what the promise is, and taking ownership of the promise.
That's
Because
right.
he said he's going to do that for you is the
Mm-hmm.
thing. However, we have to take the liberties to make steps toward it.
Right. Faith
And it's
works.
so important. I'm excited about that.
Yes.
And for you and everybody else who's bold enough and have that bravery to say, you know what, I don't care what it takes, I don't care how long it takes. I'm passionate about this. This is my purpose. This is my
Absolutely.
gift back to the world,
That's right.
and appreciation for God loving me like that. I'm going to do this.
Amen. That's right.
You see,
No matter what. No matter
no
what.
matter what. And looking at it, and just this morning I was jotting some notes, and you and I have talked about how both of us are taking different transitions. We're transitioning,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so beautiful. It's almost to the point of where we can't describe that.
Yeah.
However, it's happening. It's
Right. It's happening.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and looking at it from a writing and music standpoint, and looking at all the people who are affected by loss, and having to pull up by the bootstraps and choose to live as
Mm-hmm.
I did with losing my kids. So looking at that, it's always beauty, and
Right.
it's always peace after that tsunami. It always is. If
Yes.
we choose to see it, if we choose to be amongst it, rather than stopping in the middle of the pain. No,
Right. You have to keep going.
right. And
Mm-hmm.
utilizing music and writing, and I'm not going to blurt it out right now, but it's something so fabulous that I'm doing with that. And it's going to help heal the hearts. It's going to risk up your vision of your spirituality. It's going to unveil another layer of who you are as an individual because of the tragedy, who you become in the
Right.
midst of that change, that transition.
Mm-hmm.
Because if without change, it wouldn't be a butterfly. It wouldn't be.
That's true.
If there was no transformation, if there was no evolvement.
Yeah.
Um, and looking at that for what it is, I am my brand. I'm the proof in the pudding.
That's
This
right.
happened.
That's right. It's taking place.
Who smiles after losing 3 kids? You
Yeah.
know, and then looking at, marriage that failed,
Right. Absolutely.
and looking at how life can give you sorts of things,
Mm-hmm.
but you choose to smile. You
In
choose to
spite
be
of, in
fabulous.
spite of the pain.
You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So that love we have is an attitude. Love is an attitude. Gratitude is an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
You have to choose it.
Oh yeah.
So just being a guide, being that beacon of light, just being that individual to be standing out while you're at sea. I'm that light that's like, hey, come on,
Right. There you go.
come on now, come on, Sean, and doing that because that's what God, Jesus, did
Yes.
for me
Absolutely.
in the turmoils when I didn't want to get out of the bed,
Oh yeah.
when I'm, crying and then have to step out the door and put on the facade,
I do. We all do.
honey,
Yes.
that's no way to live. And
Right.
so there's no way to live. There's no way to live.
I agree.
Knowing that all I care about is the smiles on faces,
Mm-hmm.
healing of the heart, and knowing that even though trouble happens, heartbreak happens,
Right.
always smile on the other side of that, because you have to remember the good. You have to remember the pleasures, not the trauma in it. If we stop in the trauma, we'll never get through anything. And
Absolutely.
for every area of life. So this thing that I'm doing, is going to encompass
Oh yeah.
all of it.
Oh yeah.
And, writing is huge.
I think a lot of times writing can be it's therapy.
It is.
Like even in writing music, writing songs is therapy. It's like a release. I even feel like when I get a chance to like meet people, you know, to discover their talent, what they're about, interviewing, it's almost like, it's like a little therapy there as well. It's like you're getting a chance to like release the gift, release what you're feeling when you write, release the gift when people are talking about their talents and what they like to do.
Yeah.
I would like to say, like, even in what we're doing and even like whatever we've experienced in our life, personally, professionally, or whatever, you can't stay in our pain. If you stay in your pain, you won't get a chance to see what else God has in store for you. You have to move forward. You can't stay in what has burdened you down before, or whatever it was that kept you back. You have to propel forward. If you stay in that sunken place, you never see the next thing that God has for you. And I mean, I really do believe in that wholeheartedly, because I've experienced some things as well, personally, professionally, but I have never once let it stop me.
No.
Anything that does try to get in my path to stop me, I got to move that thing out of my way, because I have to get to my next level.
Right.
Life is all about growth,
Right.
moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing what else God has on deck for you to do next. You can't stay stagnant. You can't stay in one place. You have to move forward. That's how you get to the next level. That's how you get a chance to see what else is it that God has for me to do. He may have it for you to help somebody else. You know, so it's
And believe it or not,
exactly right.
what
So
we're
it's
doing
moving forward.
by voicing it, being a voice, being a view, because a lot of people won't do what we are choosing to do, even right this very moment.
Absolutely. I know. I know.
They won't do it. And like you said, I find so much peace in it. And a lot of people say, Val, you do so much. And why don't you take a break? You know, you don't have to do so many shows. I'm like, you must be on some type of a drug, because that is my healing. That's my peace.
It is. I mean, that's why I said it's like, it doesn't feel like work. If it doesn't feel like work, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. This is exactly where you're supposed to be at. I mean, it doesn't feel like work, because it's like you want to keep going. You want to keep doing more shows. You want to keep giving more.
Right.
You know, so I say, hey, keep going. Never stop. Keep going.
Never. Fast moving train.
That's right.
Jump on, become a passenger sparrow.
Yeah, that's something I was going to say too. I think a lot of times for me, I'm fast in what I want to do, and sometimes I think I may be too fast for some other people. So it's like, okay, well, you're going too fast, but just wait. I've waited long enough. That's why I'm trying to get to this thing. I waited long enough. They just came in on this part of the story, like, oh, well, you got time. You can just do this and that later. No, this got to happen right now, because I've waited too long. I've waited long enough already. Let's get this thing going.
Right.
So a lot of people don't understand that, because they're just coming in on the middle part of it. They don't understand this dream has been going on for a long time.
Lifetime.
A lifetime. So now it's time to give birth to it. You gotta keep on pushing, keep going forward.
Got to, because the next 5 minutes isn't promised. Tomorrow's not promised.
Right.
So I feel like everything that's within me has to come out. It has.
That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. It has to come out. I can't keep it here.
And I'm not taking it with me.
Right.
So it's like leaving my mark. All the things I would have taught my children is how I think with everything that I do.
Right.
What I would have taught them, I am teaching out loud now,
right.
To whoever needs it. It could be for the kids, could be for my nieces and nephews, it could be for your child, it could be for whoever needs what I'm sharing.
Right.
So it's leaving my paw print, my print on the world.
Exactly.
And when we can leave video, when we can leave books, we've left pieces of ourselves.
Absolutely.
When we go.
Right. It's almost like a blueprint, like you're showing someone else how to do it.
Yeah.
Like if they're afraid, they can take a look at you and say, see what she's doing.
Right.
It's, you're doing it so gracefully. You're doing it so beautifully. It's like they have a blueprint. They have something to follow.
Right.
So I guess it's like we're the bold ones. Where someone else is not bold, we'll be bold.
Yeah, that's a part of the tag for my second book.
Right.
Being brave, being bold.
Right, be bold.
Fierce, because you have to be all of the difficult bullets in life where someone else is afraid to walk. But we do it.
Right.
Chest out, head up, smiling.
Yeah. And you have to do that. I mean, you have to do that. I mean, you have to just you know, just make it happen. I guess I'm one of those people, like, I'm always thinking creatively. So now, like, everything that you see as far as me doing my radio station, bringing other people in, highlighting other artists, you know, doing everything that I want to do, is like, it's trying to bring it to the forefront. I thought about it long enough. Now it's the time for everything to be birthed.
Yes.
Time to bring it up, bring it
Huh.
on.
Labor is no fun. And we're going through that now.
Mm-hmm.
We conceived it. We conceived it when we accepted, okay, God, I'm going to do it.
Yes,
You
yes.
loving me enough to even present this to me. This is huge. This is juicy. You know, oh my God, it's fabulous. So when you accept, that is the inception.
Definitely. And
And
that's
walking in it is the proof. So now it's time. The labor is,
that's the thing that I think that's so amazing about it too. Like I said earlier, not only am I bringing my talent to the forefront, but also allowing other people to bring their talent to the forefront. I mean, my understanding of God is He's given us all a gift.
yes,
And the platform that I'm, you know, setting forth is to bring people forth that want to share that gift, to have that opportunity. No one should leave this earth with their gift. You
right.
should take it to the cemetery. And so
It's
many people,
insulting.
exactly, so many people in the cemetery today that had gifts that they didn't leave here on the earth. You took it with them, nobody knows about it. What a blessing it could have been for someone else's life to, you know,
Yeah,
help them do things differently in their life.
right.
But the goal is to leave it here on the earth and for someone else to take it and run with it.
And build on it because there's nothing new under
Right.
the sun. Nothing's new. However, your flair that you're adding to it is what's
Yes.
beautiful. To
Mm-hmm.
add that extra little touch. But if you carry it along with when you close your eyes that final time,
Mm-hmm. That's
somebody
it.
somewhere needed that. And it's something that I say in all of my platforms.
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere needs the juice that's being served.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it may not be today with us, you know, making this recording or doing this live.
Mm-hmm.
It could be 5 years from now.
Yes.
It could be 10 years from now
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to be rotating because we're that fabulous, right?
Right.
So when the replays continue, because that's video footage, it continues.
Right.
You never know who's seeing it at any time. Just like
Right.
we don't know who's viewing right now. We have no idea. So if we're doing this,
Yeah.
somebody is taking away the nuggets.
Like Tupac would say, you're going to spark the next mind.
Right.
You know, spark the next mind. Somebody's going to take what we're talking about today and will make their gift, their dream come true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spread it to someone else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All about awakening,
Oh, yes. Definitely.
evolving, being conscious and
Definitely.
aligned with our purpose
Absolutely.
in every day.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree.
Take the stage of your vision and act out your scenes. It's
Mm-hmm.
acting out. And I'm grateful for every choice, every situation, even more so the most horrific ones, because the most horrific things that take place in our lives awakens us
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
to who we were indeed intended
Yes.
to be. If
Yeah.
those events never took place, we wouldn't be where we are right now.
It definitely makes us who we are. The growth, the maturity level.
Right.
Like, you know, God may allow you to experience some things, but it still brings you to where you are now.
Exactly.
Things to make you who you are.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thrilled about the things that you're doing, the things that you're unveiling.
Thank you.
I'm excited about it. And I
Thank you. And
cannot wait.
too.
Thank you. I can't wait to hear more about it. And
Thank you. And you will. You will.
absolutely, you're going to have to come back. Like I said,
I will.
maybe in Atlanta, maybe in Queen City. It's
Yes.
going to be something because it's purpose in all connections.
Absolutely.
The
And
reason
everything.
we met is a
Yes.
reason everything is taking place.
Yeah.
And it's going to be something where we're going to merge to bring some of these things together. Like I said, it's music and literature. Your music, literature. And
Yes.
I love music, come from a musical family, come from a musical background.
Right.
So being a creative, full circle, oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be concepts of things that only you and I can do together.
Right.
And it's putting our minds together and creating that, and knowing what I'm about to do more so with still pruning and shaping.
Right.
Still pruning and shaping.
Oh, yes, definitely.
With what's coming.
Right.
I'm threatening all year. So, okay, change comes in October. It's October.
Yep.
Change is happening.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
doing a pre-record right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the change is taking place. God is doing what he promised he was going to do.
Yes.
I was doing my obedience. And there's so many things I had to leave behind. Places, leave behind. People, leave behind. Material things.
To get to your next level, you
To
don't
get
need any hindrances. You don't need anything standing in the way of this. That's the whole thing about it. At the end of the day, God gets the glory out of all of this. And that's what my main focus is. It's not about just being popular and everybody knows who I am.
Right.
So this is all about purpose.
In him.
And at the end of the day, he gets the glory.
Absolutely.
It's like I get a chance to highlight what he wants me to do and bring other people that want to highlight what they want to do. At the end of the day, he gets the glory in all of it, in everything.
Yeah, he is everything, period. And without him, we are nothing.
Absolutely. You know it. Absolutely. That's how that goes. That's it. The Alpha and the Omega. The beginning and the end.
That's it. It's all about the blood. You better play it. Absolutely. But I tell you what, it's so much to come.
Right.
And that being that on that fast moving train, it's only going to pick up speed.
Yes.
It's only going to pick up speed.
Yes.
Because I don't know how much time I have left in my life's glass.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I want to get out as much as I can, share with as many people, help as many people.
Yes.
Fulfill gifts and dreams and promises as I can for others by being the example as God has been to me.
Absolutely.
To you. And so I believe it that much because it's happening in my life.
Yes.
It's happening.
It's taking place.
It's happening. So, you know, we can go on and on.
Oh, yeah. I know. Definitely.
We can go on and on.
Oh, I know. I know.
We still got some time. We got some. But looking at it for what it is, okay, and we can always do a second round of this.
Yes.
Like it's going to be necessary to do a second round.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Because of your podcast, because of your efforts in community, as well as what I'm doing here. And a twist of things.
Yes.
Community here. And it's just taking everything in me not to share what it is right now. However.
I know, I understand.
However, you know, we got the onlookers, the secret shadows. I can't, you know, but I'm going to present some things within community in a way of spotlighting a lot of individuals.
Okay.
And it's usually the ones that aren't seen or don't feel it necessary to do that because they don't know how, or they feel like they don't have
right
to do that.
Yes.
That's just something that's on my heart that I've been led to do. I'm going to do that because being of African American Black descent, we have a lot to be proud of.
Yes.
And it's time to share some good within communities versus voicing everything that's been tragic that happened in neighborhoods every day.
Right. I agree with you.
So I'm flipping the script on that and excited about it and doing some very unique things with authors because we all have a voice. And if we all stand up to share our voices or learn how to share our voices, then the world will be a much beautiful place.
And I agree. Definitely to paint our race in a different light.
Right.
about the negativity.
Right.
We need to show that our people we're bold, we're beautiful, we're talented, we're God gifted. We're
Yeah.
so much more than what the media says that we are.
The display.
My main goal, as far as what I do with Urban Beats Radio 2, Reshon Ellis Music Entertainment, I want to highlight my people in a positive light.
Yeah.
God gifted people.
Right.
So cool to us.
Right.
So definitely want to put that positivity out there and show how good we look, how talented we are.
Exactly.
We're so much more than what they show on television.
Yeah. The modern day leaders.
Yes.
Harriet Tubman's.
Yes.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and with her movie being out right now, you know, is such something of prestige, is an honor, and it's so many just like her that are in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
That don't get the recognitions, but are the glue that keeps things together.
Right.
So I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
To give everyone opportunity to share your story, because we all have them.
Exactly. We all have a story. Everybody has experienced life differently, but we've all experienced life on different levels, different things.
Right.
Yes. Yep.
This is juicy.
It is. This is good stuff. Definitely good stuff. I definitely got to come back. We got so much more to talk about. I feel it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I feel it.
Yes. You'll be back. Even if we have to do it this way, you'll be back for sure. And it'll be some live things. You know, chances are, you know, if I have to come to Atlanta to have live,
yes,
that can happen.
Because you're in South Carolina, I could come there as well. I'm open.
Yeah, Carolinas. So Charlotte. So Queen City.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. Okay. So you're Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay. Two of the guys that are doing shows for Urban Beats Radio 2, they're in Charlotte, and also a DJ. He's in Charlotte. So I'm meeting a lot of people from Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's where the text is at. Okay, I'm on something now. Okay.
Don't do it.
Find out what's going on.
Don't do it. You know, I'm gonna have to get me a crown. Yeah. Put it on. Talk about the queen. I'm gonna put my crown on.
Put your crown on, girl. Put your crown on.
You be peachy, but I'm a crown.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, most definitely.
Okay. Now, for those that are interested in learning more about entertainment, Reshon Ellis, entertainment, music, all of this, if they wanted to reach out to you, how would they go about doing that?
Well, first off, they can Google me. We have a YouTube channel, Urban Beats Radio 2. We also have a Facebook page. We're also on Instagram. Instagram is Reshon Ellis 22. Facebook is Urban Beats Radio 2. And I did mention the YouTube channel, and they can just Google us and find us there. And if they're interested in trying to submit shows, they can send everything to shonellis.entertainment2@gmail.com. We can communicate that way and go from there. So everything's on the internet. They just go out there and put in Urban Beats Radio 2. Everything pulls up to connect.
Perfect.
Yes.
Because I love your model of how you have your interviews set up.
Yes.
With your guests.
Yes. Thank you.
It's a bit of a twist. It's a little
different. Yes.
It's different.
Yes.
And I think that's probably what lured me into it more, because there's so many Comcasters out here. Podcasters out here, and a lot of them are truly traditional. Same banter, you know, guy, girl, or we'll leave it there. However,
I know what you're talking about.
A lot of potty mouths, you know, a bunch of cursing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to that.
Right. You don't want to hear that. Right.
I don't want to hear that, because it's and they have such engagement. It's things that they're talking about that's worthy of hearing.
Right.
Me personally can't get past that. Like, I don't want to hear it. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak it. No, I don't want it.
Right. Right.
And that's not the case there.
Right.
and respect the individuals who can have spaces like we have
Mm-hmm.
and be clean in it and still
Exactly.
get your point across.
You still want to be able to get your message out. I mean, I understand a lot of people kind of do add like a little explicit, language in what they're talking about. And I get it and I respect it.
Yeah, I respect you in it. Do your thing. That's
Right. I
your
respect
identity. Do that.
it. I just feel like we can still get our message out without having to do that. We can still keep it classy and people still can understand exactly what your drive is, what you're trying to do, what are you trying to communicate here.
Yeah.
So good thing we can do it without that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so vital. And I think about the young kids that are viewing and things like that, and making sure that they get information that they're going to need, that they
Right.
can apply to their lives now.
Right.
Something that's going to keep them motivated, uplifted, encouraged,
Yes.
their greatest, because it's not a lot that is being done, even though it's a lot that is out there
Right. Right.
for most other kids. But when we're talking our communities,
Mm-hmm.
we've got to do some extra efforts,
Yes.
you know,
I agree.
due to things that are taking place in community, due to the things that we see on the news all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
more needing a necessity of having more good,
Right. Absolutely.
because it's not all that
Right.
way.
I agree. I definitely agree.
I'm going to avoid getting on the soapbox and say thank you.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having me. This is my first time being interviewed, so I'm really like elated because I'm normally the one that's asking the questions and conducting everything. So I'm on the flip side of it now.
Isn't it different when that happens? It's
But
like,
I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it. I really am.
good. And I'm
Yeah.
honored to be the first to break you into this.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you. Who better than you?
necessary.
I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you're
Thank you.
welcome. I absolutely love what I do. And it is a little bit different when we're on the other side,
Right. It is.
having to answer questions versus
Right.
extending the olive branch to the question.
Right.
But it's necessary to show the person in your space, the person behind the mic, because it's more than the person that you hear of a voice on a podcast. I
Right.
like introducing to the world that particular individual who has a lot to offer, has a lot to say,
Mm-hmm.
in the face that may not always be visible. Because there are some podcasts that is just an audio. Yours is visual,
Yes.
like mine is visual.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a double, because we can distribute our content in both spaces.
We sure can.
Yeah. So it's all
Definitely.
about reaching sparrows of the world and knowing that everything about you is beautiful, and that is you enjoy life no matter what it looks like,
Exactly.
being the example of what you want to be the view of and receiving.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always easy to be that person of focus or that person that's on the stage. However, it has to be done, because we have people coming behind us, little ones that are coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and what we do is going to set the tone for them.
Absolutely. And that's the main thing. It's like what we do, what you do with your show, what I do with my shows, we definitely are setting the tone
Right.
as the people that are coming after us. And they're actually joining what we're doing. So definitely, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, doll. Time has come.
I know.
Time has come when we must pull that plug.
This has been therapy for me. This has been really cool. I've
It
enjoyed it.
is.
Yes.
It is great.
Yes, it
And
is.
it's just, you never know how the show is going to go being unscripted. That's why I love it so much.
And I'm loving your style. I'm loving how you're conducting everything. It's calm. There's a calm with speaking with you and interviewing with you. It's like you're making it very smooth. I like what you're doing here. Very good.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It's
You're
like
welcome.
I tell you, is that we're in the kitchen, we're eating some pie and drinking some tea or coffee, ice cream or something. We just
Yeah.
got fat from dinner, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
The best conversations are in the kitchen,
You're right. You're right.
and they are free flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually different people dropping in and out.
Yes.
They voice their opinions.
Right.
They come and go.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it might be a debate, and then other times it's going to be tears, and then it's love.
Yes.
But we all leave with a different bond.
Right. You take something with you, you learn something.
It's something that you're now living with that you didn't have when you came.
Right.
And that's what's so important about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Utilizing things like the internet and the World Wide Web and podcasts and
Yeah.
shows, different places and spaces like that
Mm-hmm.
to network, build relationships, build
Yeah.
communities, and
Yes.
be serving your part in the village.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at it.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
That's what
I,
I aim to capture
oh yes.
with every episode.
Oh yeah. And you
Everybody adds another layer.
right.
So, Donna, I'm going to say this. It's been a dream. It's been a good time.
Yes, it
We've been
has.
talking about it for months, and the day came.
Trying to get it together.
And it's going to get even greater.
Oh
I
yeah.
see it. I know it. And
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk more off
Okay.
air about it and keep things up to date. Things that are happening in your world. Don't forget, reach out to TVM. Let us know what's happening.
Definitely.
So, I'll shout some things out on the timeline. I believe in it. Anybody who's coming to the room is now family for life.
Absolutely. We will
Yeah.
definitely be back. I
You've
can't
been
wait.
sparrowed.
I can't wait. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank
On
you.
that note, is there anything you want to say before I close out?
No, just thank you for the opportunity. I have enjoyed myself
Great.
and I can't wait to come back again. I love it. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much. It was a joy having you. On
Thank
that
you.
note, I want to say thank you, Sparrows, for joining us tonight. As always, every conversation is a juicy conversation at TVM. Your time is as valuable to me as my own. So take whatever you could take from tonight's conversation, sip on it, gulp it, as long as you ingest it to make your life greater. On that side of the track, I want to say love without conditions. Always possess a positive attitude and soar in all you do. I love you, mean it. Smooches. I'll call you Sean.
Okay.